Oh, I speak to you on the eve of talking with the Arts Council about Beyondword. I have one of the board members supporting it, and good friend John King, who may watch these, he's one of us, you know. So he's giving me the space to be able to, and so I thought that this video would be a great introduction to Beyondword. I won't get into the history of it, but I'll just say it's been happening for 2 years now. And this year is the mayor said yes to it because our conversation, we were talking about two different perspectives in town, seeing different things. And being able to bridge that gap because we're all the same thing. You know, it's kind of whether you're rich or poor, whether you're whatever you are, there's quite a few, you know, distinctions here. It's a small town, but that helps us to kind of be the petri dish. We're testing something, right? So so the mayor latched onto it because it was a way to bridge the gap between people. And I would now, it's going to be whatever people bring to the table. We started a committee a few months ago, and there was just too much. I at that time. Now is the time. It's okay. I don't want to be. Here's the deal. It's coming from all of us. Beyondword comes from all of us. It comes from within. And it comes from, and sometimes that's a rocky road. The expression of the in without. To get the in stuff out here, right? I'd say I'm still in the process. Okay? So it's okay if it's been frustrating up until this point, because I think we're all in the process of getting used to being together, right? Because we're being together is really what it is, and we'll always be together. So I don't like always and never and all that stuff, so I'm going to take the always part back, but I'm going to say we're together. And so everyone's learning how to express themselves in this sort of container, right? And we have success and failure, and some just don't engage, and that's fine. That's fine too. But it's there to engage with. I promise. And it's the juice, man. That's why we called it the juice, and we're still, you know, there's still juice. Juice is nonstop, and it's not just juice. So, Beyondword, here's the deal. So picture a town, small town America, says all of a sudden they're going to have a day that's dedicated to the world looking to the perfect creation of the world. So this day or weekend, it's on the fence on that thing, but we'll see. See how that goes. But May 7th, weekend of May 7th. This weekend is a day in which we all celebrate the perfectly creative world. Perfectly, like we create it the way we want to create it. We do it our way on that day. Beyondword is a day that we do it our way. We make the whole thing the way we want it. Okay? Now watch. So we do this year. This is happening in Lions for sure. Next year, we do it in 2 cities. Next year, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you have 365 days in a year, and each of these towns is doing it on a different day, the best created, it can be like a pilgrimage. You just go from, they're doing it the best way they know how to create, based on their just internal soul vomit. Yeah? So just we're going to create the world we want to see on that day. In one day, a celebration of creating the world we want to see. And I say we want to maybe take one out of it. The world we see. One day, celebrating, creating the world we see. Yeah. So, and if you go back to the deep dives, we're talking about, bringing in your imagination, bringing in your dreams. What did you dream about? I don't know. That's crazy. Dan just had a dream. Fred, everyone had the same dream. That's nuts. No one ever talks about their dreams because it's not real. But we looked at the deep dive and like start to play with the deep dive stuff. It's all discombobulated, but go into the deep dive shit and see that bringing all of the imagination, the dreams, the sensor, all of it. There's nothing that isn't here. There's nothing that isn't you. It all shows up in your experience. So we're going to just celebrate creating the world we see, and that world to celebrate our experience. Celebrating our experience as beings. The sacred contract with the earth. Sacred, just relationship. Just all of it, relating to relationship itself. Celebrating the sacredness of it all. So that's what Beyondword is. It's not. That's it. I don't know what else to say about it. That makes sense though, like that, right? Right? It's the kind of fuzzy stuff out on the edges. So yeah, it matters that we're kind of like coming up against this thingness, and you can feel it, man. Like we hit a thing, and then we sort of have this sort of mourning process, grieving or whatever. We hit a thingness, the boom, and then all of a sudden we're kind of unstable, figuring it out, right? Right. So the seeing is beyond words. The seeing is beyond all that. Seeing is something new. And you hear this thing too. This thing is part of seeing, because you're seeing something. It's not just it. That's what I mean by seeing. I don't mean seeing visually, which includes seeing visually, but that's just like the easiest thing. You see with your hands, you see with your ears, you see with your mouth. These are your senses of seeing, but you also see with your dreams. Those are different senses, right? You see with your, but like all of the seeing, which is anything that shows up in your sphere of experience. All of that seeing is seeing. All right, I gotta go to the Art Council meeting. I'm excited. I'll share what happens. Here we go, Beyondword. Here we go. This is it. Let's do it. And then I hope this video made sense for some of you that don't understand what Beyondword is. But we can talk. We're gonna flush it out. All right. I like alligators,